All right, hello everyone, and peace of Christ to everyone. Today, as usual, we start our live podcast at 4:30 as every day afternoon in Eastern Time. Today, our topic is based on a post a Muslim person he posted in YouTube. The post is very simple, saying that when we spoke about Muhammad and his Quran, he said that his Quran was uh, collected in his chest. So today we want to examine how smart that statement Muslims they always say to us, that the Quran is collected in the chest. Look how the Muslims they play their games. Sometimes they say to you the Quran is collected in the chest of the Muslims. Sometimes the Quran is collected in the chest of the Quran, which is very funny. But let us examine it and see how stupid this statement is. The person who mentioned this statement is a very well-known Abdul. He's 50 years old, but yet he do not know if his God is a spirit or not. Yet I gave him a spank and I taught him that his God is not a spirit. So let us see if really the Quran was collected in the chest of Muhammad. We mentioned yesterday a verse from the Quran which is stating that Allah, he says, it was on us to collect the Quran and to recite the Quran. This Abdul, he posed for us an interpretation of Ibn Kathir. So we are going to take a look about Ibn Kathir interpretation, and we will see if what the Muslims they say is connected in any way, in anyhow, to any form of intelligence. I accuse the Muslims always to be people of stupidity and far away from any kind of sense and any kind of logic. Let us see together. I'm going to show you in the screen what this Abdul he posed for me, which is supposedly Ibn Kathir. This is muslimsearch.com. They changed the format of their website. I hope it's better. However, let us see what this guy he posted. He posted Ibn Kathir, so I choose this website because the text is bigger and we can read easier. So based on Ibn Kathir, as this Abdul he posted for us, that the Quran will be collected in the chest of Muhammad. It is for us to collect it, meaning in your chest. Hold on. When Allah he says it is on us to collect it, meaning in your chest, why was Muhammad, the book it's called the Quran, located in the chest of Muhammad? Is the chest of Muhammad is going to be eternal? Was Muhammad able to retain or to preserve the Quran? Number 4, you put the Quran in the chest of a man. Muhammad he memorized the Quran or he put it in his chest. Sometimes Muslims, when they say things to us, it sounds funny and sound very stupid. Was the Quran in Muhammad's chest or it was in Muhammad's brain? But let us see first if Muhammad was able to collect any Quran and to preserve any Quran. Can the Muslims find me the Quran of Muhammad? As long Allah saying to Muhammad, it is on us to collect it in your chest. So what the point of collecting the Quran in his chest? But yet we do not have the Quran of Muhammad, not in his chest and not in a book. Right now what we have a Quran by a guy, his name is Uthman. And who is Uthman? Uthman is a person, Muslims they accuse him to be an apostate. They killed him and even they buried him with the Jews. They refused even to bury him with Muslims. And look what it says, and that it be recited, meaning that you recite it. So Allah saying to Muhammad, okay, I'm going to put the Quran in your chest and then you recite it. But this is not how the Quran is delivered anyway. Was the Quran received to Muhammad's chest and then Muhammad recited, or Jibreel recite the Quran to Muhammad, and then Muhammad he repeat. You know what I mean? Guys, are you getting my idea? Am I heard? Is my voice clear, guys? Let me know, please, if you have a problem with the sound. No voice? Clear? All right. Maybe you need to change your browser. Maybe you are using wrong browser. Anyway, so first of all, the Quran never been given to Muhammad the chest, and then Muhammad recited as it says in the Quran based in the interpretation. Because based on the interpretation, as we see in front of us, we collect the Quran in your chest, then you recite it. But this is what happened to Muhammad. This is mean all the stories of Muhammad is a lie, because what Muhammad he taught us that he received always Quran from a guy, his name is Jibreel, who come to him in the look of his boyfriend Dahya Kalbi, and then he recited the Quran for him, and then Muhammad he recited back. There's no chest in the middle. So obviously the story is nothing but a fiction and fabrication. Same time, Muhammad never collected the Quran in the right way, and we will prove it. Let me show you. Muhammad he come with verses in the Quran saying let us go to Arabic. ما ننسخ من آية أو ننسها نأتي بخير منها أو مثلها. Okay, what does that mean? Muhammad in this chapter is getting busted. Chapter 2, verse number 106. Let us read the Muslim translation. And actually I will go to Ibn Kathir translation too, an interpretation, no problem. No problem. Look at this. None of our revelation do we abrogate or cause to be forgotten, but we substitute something better or similar. So the question here, was the Quran preserved or was the Quran caused to be forgotten? I'm not going to talk about the abrogation because this is a joke. You know, Muhammad sometime in the same day he abrogated himself twice. As an example, in the case of the chapter of Al-Anfal, he said 10 of you can fight 100. They went to war. After noon they came back. He told them, you know what, Allah he found a weakness on you, so he changed from 10 to 100 the percentage of fighting, from 1 to 2, which means from 10 to 20 in the same day, in the same, you know. This is how easy it is to abrogate the Quran. Like, you know, I can understand that abrogation happened because time changed and people changed and history changed and culture changed, but in the same day and the same prophet and the same time and the same year and the same day and the same week, I mean, obviously this guy is a madman. He is practicing, or let us say he is trying to create a religion. So he tries something, he don't like it, he cancel it. As simple as that. However, here let us examine this statement in the Quran. Why this statement was really mentioned? Why this statement in the Quran was mentioned? Because people, they notice that Muhammad, he cannot recite the same Quran twice correctly. So Muhammad, he have to give them excuse why he is forgetting Quran. Now the questions will be to the Muslims, what is the Quran Allah he caused to be forgotten? Based on this statement, there is Quran which we do not know. And who is the one who made the Quran to be forgotten? Allah. I mean, do that make sense? Why Allah he sent Quran, but yet he wanna cause Muhammad to forget the Quran? And if Allah he made Muhammad forget the Quran, was he able to make the Muslims forget the Quran? And if Allah he sent the Quran to Muhammad as revelation, so why Muslims they say to us it was Jibreel? Jibreel is not a revelation. Jibreel is a delivery. In different places they say to you, إنما هو وحي يوحى, which means inspiration. Muhammad never been inspired. All the Quran from the first word to the last word, according to the Muslims, he received it by a guy. His name is Jibreel. He looked like a man, and once Muhammad he saw him with 600 wings. I don't know how he was able to count them. Looked like the angel was in his place for 10 hours not without moving his wings. So obviously the story, as every story in the Quran always, it doesn't make sense, and you have to be a foolish person to believe in any of it. Same time, if you look with me here, you will notice something very funny. Actually, I find it more funny than the Muslims. By the way, Allah is a comedian. Look at this. Look Allah, what Allah is trying to do. Allah, he will cause the Quran to be forgotten, okay, but don't worry, I am going to substitute something better. Like what the heck? Allah will make Quran better than the Quran? Alright guys, everybody invite your friends. We have now competition between two gods. The first one, his name is Allah, and the second one, his name is Allah. And we want to see who is the one who will make Quran better than the other Quran. Allah, can you make Quran better than Allah? For sure. I am Allah, I can make better Quran. First, Allah, are you able to upgrade the Quran of the second Allah and make Quran better than the second Allah? For sure. I can make better Quran than the second Allah. What are you talking about? I mean, this is stupid. If Allah is one God and the author of the book is the same author, like you see, I wrote a book. My first book I wrote in English, it was in the year 2011. Since then I believe that my English improved. So I am a human being. That is acceptable. But we are talking about God. We are talking about God. So how God, he want to make Quran better than his Quran? Muhammad, when he made this statement, he was trying to cover, excuse my language, to cover his ass. This guy, he got busted many times, and people, they noticed that he is a scam. So he, in order to cover his falsehood, he decided to come with something that, yeah, you know what, I am forgetting Quran, but this is not a problem, okay, because Allah is going to substitute something even better. And to make it more stupid, look what he added. I wish he stopped with better. I mean, Muhammad, can you, like, guys, Muhammad sometimes, honestly, sometimes I feel Muhammad is like Mr. Brown. Let me tell you about Mr. Brown. When I was in the Middle East, in English, in the English classroom, they teach us English. So they keep saying to us, Mrs. Brown, Mr. Brown, Mrs. Brown, Mr. Brown. To the point we thought all the English people are brown. Mr. Brown, Mrs. Brown, Mr. Brown. I mean, why those people, they are calling them by the color of brown? Can't they call them like Mr. Potato? So Muhammad is the same as Mr. Brown and Mrs. Brown. He brought us a God. He called him Mr. Brown, but in the case of Allah, for sure he's white. Mr. Allah is the reason for everything. Mr. Allah, he can make everything. Mr. Allah, he can create everything, but yet Allah, he never created anything for Muhammad. He never did any miracle to Muhammad. He never substitute anything to Muhammad. And now Allah is making Quran, but yet he want to fix his Quran by better Quran. So Allah decide to cause the Quran to be forgotten. Should I change the name of Allah, call him Mr. Brown? The Muslims are racist, they will be angry from Mr. Brown. So we should call him Mr. James White. Mr. White, that will make the Muslims happy, you know. Actually, you know what? I don't want to change the topic, but remind me about the white and black just later, huh? Because a Muslim, he is arguing with me about the devil is being black or white, huh? He will prove to me that the devil must be black. I posted that in Facebook if you saw it. Anyway, so Mr. Allah, he made Quran, and Allah always he come with better, like, he's a genius. There is no way Allah is going to abrogate Quran or cause the Quran to be forgotten, and he will not bring you something better. No way. I mean, are you kidding me? This is Allah, man. Then Muhammad did not stop with his madness with Allah will come with something better. Look what he add. Allah will bring or something similar. Like what? Allah will bring something similar? So Allah will make us forget the Quran, so he will send us something similar? Let us say there's a guy, he have Mercedes-Benz 200. Allah, he destroyed his car, and now Allah, he says to him, Allah, he caused your car to be destroyed, but he will bring you something similar. Allah, why you destroy my car if you want to bring me something similar? I mean, what's the point? You know what I'm saying, guys? What's the point if destroying something if you are going to bring something similar? I don't see any point. I mean, this is stupid. And is it the Quran preserved? The Muslim, they say to us the Quran preserved. We find that not only the Quran is not preserved, even Allah himself, he destroyed Quran. Even Allah himself, he make you forget Quran. Actually, this statement alone, this verse alone, is enough to prove to anyone that this is a fabrication of a man. His name is Muhammad, was trying to cover his falsehood by saying that Allah, he caused Quran to be forgotten, and he is the one who is going to replace the one is forgotten by something better. Now this is my challenge to the Muslims. Name for me something Allah, he caused to be forgotten, and he changed it with something better or similar. Who is the Muslim to do that? I'm drinking water, not camel urine, okay? Any Muslim can tell us how this happened? Totally stupid, ignorant, dumb. However, the Quran, if you ask the Muslims how the Quran was preserved, they say to you in the chest of the believers. But a second ago it was in the chest of Muhammad. So this is what happened, guys. Allah first, he put the Quran in the chest of Muhammad. Then Muhammad, he recited the Quran. Then the Quran became in the chest of the believers. So we have stages. We have a stage number one. Stage number one. Let us make a white screen here. Stage number one. This is Muhammad. All right, this is Muhammad. I will write his name in Arabic. So the first one is Muhammad's chest. Then Muslim's chest. Then Uthman's chest. Then Abdul's chest. Muhammad, to the Muslims, and then to Uthman, and then to the Abdul. But who is the one who gave Muhammad his Quran? It was Jibreel. I mean, that's amazing. So Jibreel, he gave Muhammad the Quran, Mr. Jibreel, here. Then the Quran of Jibreel came to the chest of Muhammad, which means Allah, he gave Jibreel the Quran to his chest, then from the chest of Jibreel to the chest of Muhammad, then from the chest of Muhammad to the chest of Uthman, then from the chest of Uthman to the chest of Abdul, and then to be printed in a book next to me. And this is how we receive the Quran. Astonishing. Unbelievable. That's amazing. But how the Muslims, they say that Allah, he will put the Quran in his chest, the chest of Muhammad, but Muhammad, he received the Quran delivery after squeezing him, as we remember the story. What a chest. And why Allah need to collect the Quran in his chest? I mean, this is funny. Collect the Quran. Why the Quran was scattered everywhere? To say I'm going to collect, guys, the word collect, by the way, the translation is accurate from Arabic to English. Yes, it's collect. In English it's saying collect. In Arabic it says jama'uhu, which means collect. So how Allah going to collect the Quran? Why the Quran was scattered? You know what I mean? Was the Quran scattered everywhere so we can collect the Quran? If there is any Muslim who would like to call us, by the way, yesterday one of you, he sent me a video of a Muslim Abdul. He is like a young Pakistani. He is growing his beard. He looked like, with my respect to the Pakistani people, but his beard looked like a goat. He is saying, brother, sister, from now on I'm going to answer the Christians who they are making false accusation against the Prophet. I mean, where are those people who want to answer the Christians? Where are they, the Muslims who want to answer the Christians? We are here. I'm here. Any Muslim? I'm going to log in. Actually, I am in Skype already. Sorry, I do not need to log in. If there is any Muslim, he dare to call me right now. We are live on air, and my account is Debate TV. Just call me. All right. Now, and then we have recited to you. Look, did Allah, guys, recite the Quran to Muhammad ever? I mean, obviously, this story is stupid, because Muhammad, he never received Quran from his God reciting Quran for him. So who is the God of Muhammad? When the angels has recited to you from Allah. Oh, look how complicated it is. See, guys, this is here the interpretation. You will find the interpretation does not match with the first line. The first line saying, and when we have recited to you. Who is we? Allah. But in reality, the one who recited the Quran to Muhammad is the angel, as you see. So why the Quran saying it is we, which mean Allah? So the Muslims, in order to explain the Quran, they had to play around a game which is not absolutely accurate and full of fictions and stupidity. Why Allah, he says, when we recited the Quran to you, when Allah, he never recited the Quran? Why Allah don't say, when the Jibreel, he recited the Quran to you? This is a false statement, my friend. Whoever made this statement is a false man. If this is Allah, is God, he's a false God, because he did not recite the Quran to Muhammad. And you will notice here, the Muslims, they squeeze their head. They squeeze it, they squeeze it, they squeeze it, they say, okay. So obviously the meaning cannot be Allah is reciting the Quran, because Allah never recited the Quran to Muhammad. So we have to accept it as it is when the angel has recited to you the Quran. And then look at the translation again, or let's say the interpretation. It says, ثم إن علينا بيانه. Inna alayna bayanuhu, it's mean we will explain it. We will explain it. Guys, look how stupid this statement is. Let me show all the text. Allah in the Quran saying, we will explain the Quran for you. All right, no problem. So why we have a book, it's called Ibn Kathir, to explain the Quran? Any Muslim can tell us why we have a book, it's called the interpretation of Ibn Kathir, as long Allah is the one who promised he will explain the Quran. I mean, isn't it funny that in the book of explanation it says that the one who will explain the Quran is Allah? Seriously, I'm going to go crazy. This is really crazy, man. Allah is going to explain the Quran, but yet no Muslims can explain the Quran, and every scholar gives you a different interpretation. So where is the interpretation of Allah? Meaning, guys, read with me, please. Read the interpretation. Read, please. Meaning, after memorizing it and reciting it, we will explain it to you. Okay, Muslims, I want to get the book of Allah interpretation for the Quran. I never heard of Muhammad giving interpretation for the Quran except a few verses in the whole book. Where is the interpretation of Allah of the Quran? Huh? Any Abdul? Any Abdul? Who is a brave Abdul? He wanna give me a call right now. Guys, I'm thinking to buy an 1-900 number because I'm thinking maybe this is the only way to make Muslims call us. They will think they are calling Allah by 1-900, and this way they will call me like a trap. So I want to say thank you for the Abdul. His name is what his name? Nightmare, who sent to us Ibn Kathir, who explained to us the Quran to prove the Quran to be a dump book by a dump prophet by a dump God. For he claimed that he is going to I'm going to give you an example of the interpretation of the Quran. I gave you this explanation before, but I want to repeat it again because I really love it. This is my favorite interpretation for the Quran ever. I mean, I never saw interpretation for the Quran more funny than this one. Let us admit that this is one of the funniest. Let me show you. Hold on. We go there. All right. Oh boy. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I want to go first for this one first before we go anywhere. Guys, and it is from his recitation, narration of the authority of Ibn Abbas, that he said that upon the interpretation of saying of the Creator glorified is his mention, Ya Sin. Yeah, what? Ya Sin. He says, Ya Sin, O human being, in the Syrian language. So the Muslims, they admit that this is not an Arabic. So why Allah speaking Syriac language in the Quran, but yet the Quran was supposed to the Arab, and none of the Arab obviously understand what this Yasin mean. The fact is, you can go right now and search in Google, you will find that the word Ya is a word equal to God. Equal to what? God. Yeah, equal to God. Okay, and the word sin is the moon god. So this chapter, the opening of it, by the name of the moon god, as simple as that. And if you go and see the interpretation of every Muslim scholar, he will give you a totally different interpretation. They don't agree with each other. But yet, remember, in the book of Ibn Kathir, Allah, He promised it is on us, the explanation of the Quran. I mean, come on. It is on us. It's for us to make it clear. But hold on. Isn't it the Quran says that the Quran have verses nobody knows what they mean save Allah? I mean, seriously, this book is really crazy. It is the Quran who said that this book have verses or chapters nobody knows what they mean save Allah. Yet Allah, He says to us, after reciting the Quran, I will make it clear for you. Okay, first of all, you receive the Quran, we put it in your chest. Open your chest. And by the way, if you do not know, Allah, He made a plastic surgery for Muhammad's chest. Now I know why Allah will call, why He cleaned the chest of Muhammad. Man, I mean, how I missed this one? How I missed this one? Look. Lord have mercy. You remember, guys, when Muhammad, before he go to heaven, the angels, they came to him, they cut his chest from here to here, which means to his balls. Do you remember? Muhammad was sitting playing with his friends with his iPhone. He got a new iPhone 6, old one, from the flea market. And suddenly two men appeared to Muhammad. And these two men, they cut Muhammad from his throat. And one of them got his knife like those guys are from ISIS, by the way. Look like they are ISIS. Hold on. Allah Messenger Soso, by the way, Soso is like BMW for those who do not know. This is an old Islamic brand of cars, you know, made by Allah. Soso. So the Prophet Soso said, the roof of my house was made open wide. I mean, why the angels they open the roof, man? I thought those angels they can go through. I mean, why the roof is open? So they opened the roof and they got in while I was in Mecca. In the night of Mi'raj, the night he went up to the seventh heaven. And what happened? Jibreel descended. He opened my chest and he washed it with the water of Zamzam. But at that time Muhammad was already a prophet and he was receiving Quran. So why Allah He waited all this time to wash his chest? Does that mean Muhammad's chest was dirty when he was receiving Quran and Allah was putting Quran his chest when it was dirty? Maybe Allah He was not like he was short in a Clorox or something. He want to clean his chest but he don't have enough material, because you can imagine how dirty the chest of the Prophet. So he opened his chest and he washed it with the water of Zamzam, and then he brought a golden dish full of wisdom and belief. And that's why you see Muslims, all of them, they are wise, because every one of them, Allah, he installed a dish of wisdom in his chest. Now going back to our topic, we are not out of it. We are still there. So the Prophet is a chest where the Quran was collected, but the Quran was delivered to Jibreel chest first. So from the chest of Allah to the chest of Jibreel to the chest of Muhammad to the chest of the Muslims to the chest of Uthman to the chest of Abdul. However, between all those chests, a lot of verses was gone in the chest of the goat. If you remember the story where the goat, she ate the Quran, you will see that in the chest. I'm not sure if it was in the chest now, or it's in the stomach, or it's in the poo-poo. Huh? If you remember how the goat, she ate the Quran. And I want the Muslims to explain to us those chapters in the Quran. How a Muslim can explain this? That Allah, he sent Muhammad an order that every Muslim woman, she have to give a breastfeeding to 10 different times to the same man, so he will be satisfied and he will not look at her. As long as Allah will explain the Quran, will make it clear. Make it clear for me, Muslims. Who is going to call me right now and tell me how Allah, he make this chapter alone? What is the wisdom of ordering a woman to give her boobs to a man and he suck it 10 different times? Huh? Any Muslim have any intelligence? He have like an explanation? Why a woman, she wanna give 10? And look guys, as long as we are talking about abrogation, do you see what the hadith saying? Can you read with me? Let me make it clear. The verse of stoning to death and the breastfeeding for adult. For those who do not know what this verse is about, the Prophet of Allah, may Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam ala ahmadihi sallallahu wa sallam alayhi wa sallam ala ahmadihi Allahumma sallim ala jiranihi wa ashabihi wa kulla man nakahu rasul. May Allah pray on the Prophet and the wife of the Prophet and the neighbors of the Prophet and the grocery guy next to the Prophet and the electric column next to the Prophet and the phone of the Prophet. I mean, the second you say the name of the Prophet, like there is 100 prayer will be cast after his name, because they glorify him like God. So then the Prophet, he said to a woman who she saw a man, he is looking at her in a dirty way. So the Prophet, he said to her, why you don't give him your boobs? She said, what? Why you don't give him your boobs? Let him suck your boobs 10 different times and he will be okay. I mean, by the way, according to NASA, by the way, NASA is an Islamic organization, and they found that the moon split. All right? Yeah. They found a crack in the moon. Now, according to NASA studies, that if a moon, if a man, he sucked the breast of a woman 10 times, he will behave. Oh mommy, mommy blue, oh mommy blue, oh mommy da da da, oh mommy crazy, ooh crazy blue. This is a crazy man. The man will behave if he suck the woman a breast 10 times. Are you sure? Are you sure that this is the teaching of God? So we cannot shake hands with Muslim women hands, but we can suck their breasts and boobs. That's astonishing. And you guys, you say Muhammad was not open-minded? You say that, huh? Shame on you. Nightingale, how are you? Nightingale, are you a Muslim Nightingale? This is a Muslim guy. He's writing in English. He says to us, the Muslims are worship the God of Abraham. What worship mean? Go to Rabbi Toiva. What Rabbi Toiva? I got this guy busted. He do not know even a word what he's talking about. He is not a rabbi. This guy is married to a woman in Indonesia. He lived there. He is making fun of the Muslims for he is doing a jewelry business there. We know who is Rabbi Tosiva Pasiva. Now what about you make Rabbi Tasiva Bosiva to call me? Do he dare? Do you Muslims, why the Muslims they want to ask Rabbi Tosiva Bosiva, who live in Indonesia and married to an Indonesian woman, and he is obviously a scam, to ask him? But he don't ask us, because the Quran says, if you don't believe Muhammad, ask the Christians and the Jews. And I am the Christian. What do you say, Abdul? Do you like to call me? Guys, post please, post my name in Skype so Muslims they can call me if anyone want to call. My name in Skype is Debate TV. Feel free to call me, please. Any Muslim right now, right here. Anyway, we go back to our topic. By the way, this topic, I love it. I mean, all of us men, we love this topic. We have to be honest here. Sometimes I close my eyes and I imagine myself, I'm coming to the Prophet and I say to him, Prophet, I have a neighbor and she have a big breast. The Prophet, he would say to me back, Brother Fitter, Brother Christian Prince, he have a woman, he is his neighbor, he have a big boobs. And he's asking, it's a lawful for him to suck her breath. Absolutely, he can suck her breath. Lawfully, according to the Sharia law, you can suck your neighbor woman breath 10 times. But be careful, don't bite her nipples. What? Be careful, don't bite her nipples? I mean, that's amazing. This God is astonishing, man. I want to call Rabbi Tosiva and ask him about a breastfeeding for adult. I want to see what he will say to us. For sure he will say it's healthy, for he's a scumbag like your Prophet. And then guys, look what happened. Look what happened. The goat ate the Quran. And the paper, what paper? There was paper at that time with me under my pillow. Who is talking? Aisha. Now Muhammad is dead and he is asleep in the top of the pillow. An ugly goat, meh, she went inside the bedroom of Muhammad where he's dead. She jumped in the top of the bed. She pushed Muhammad from the pillow. Muhammad is dead now. He have a male goat. I'm not sure it's a male or female. I assume it's a male because it must be strong to be able to push a man from the pillow. Especially a dead man will be very heavy. So the male goat, she jumped in the top of the Prophet in the bedroom and she pushed him away, and Muhammad now in the floor. Muhammad fell down. And now the goat, she start eating everything under the pillow. And that was the Quran. So we preoccupied with his death with me, Muhammad, and a tam sheep came and ate it. However, guys, look what happened. It's a disaster. Allah, he gave order to the Muslims to suck the breast 10 times. 10 times. Look what it says here. Down, down, down. These verses were abrogated in recitation, but not in ruling. Abrogated in recitation, what does that mean? I mean, this is the more silly, stupid religion. Those Muslims, they have verses are missing in the Quran, so what they say, it's abrogated by recitation, but the ruling stay. I mean, what the point of abrogating recitation if the ruling stay? Is it better if we have the recitation and the ruling? Does it hurt if we have one more sentence in the Quran? How anyone in the world they want to say to us that the recitation of the verse is abrogated, but the ruling stay? And who is the one who says that? Show me where Allah he says to you this verse is abrogated by recitation. That's madness, man. So the Quran was abrogated by recitation but not by ruling, and that is just an excuse for how the verses of the Quran went missing. Actually, I'm so upset from this goat. Seriously, This goat is my enemy. If I am there, I'm going to shoot this goat immediately. I wish those chapters of the breastfeeding of the Quran is there right now. We will have the most funny time to laugh together. Anyway, if there is any Muslim here would like to call us right now. Any Abdul? Any Abdul? Any half Abdul? I mean, what's happening here? What is the problem? No, I'm drinking water. Halal water. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I remember something. I forgot the goat in the other room. You cannot leave the goat these days alone. I mean, imagine what will happen after what happened to the Quran. You leave your goat somewhere and you never know. You go back, you find everything is gone. All my library will be gone. Especially the books of Ibn Kathir cost me a lot of money to have it. Do we have any brave Muslim would like to call us? Not even one? Now we can go back and speak about the corruption of the Quran because there is tons of proofs from Islamic books. As an example, the Muslim themselves, they say that the chapter of Al-Ahzab used to be equal to the chapter of Al-Baqarah. And do you know what does that mean? That means there's hundreds of verses are missing. Almost half of the Quran just in one chapter. But I want to show you something. Let us go here. I will go to Facebook. In Facebook, there is a Muslim Abdul. He posts something unique. Let us show it to you. All right, I think this is good. No, it's not clear. Hold on, let me fix this. Hold on, give me a second. It's not clear really. We're going to make it clear so we can read together. I'm just trying to show you the intelligence of the Muslims. All right, I think now we will be fine. Let us see. Let us take this one down so we can show the whole thing. So this is a Muslim Abdul. He posted in Facebook trying to explain to us something very important. I posted an image of this where I asked Allah, the Messenger of Allah, so about the black dog. He said it is the devil. A Muslim guy who obviously speaks Arabic, he posted in English. Abu Zubayr heard Jabir, Abu Abdullah, etc. saying, order us to kill the dogs. And we carried out his order. So much so that we killed the dogs coming with a women from the desert. Then Allah Apostle so said, forbid their killing. He, the Prophet, further said, it is your duty, the jet black dog having two spots on eyes, for it is the devil. And look what the Muslim Abdul, he said to me after that. He said to me, by the way, have you ever seen a white devil? Have you ever seen a white devil? I mean, this is a Muslim, smart Muslim. He is really, I mean, he have a point here, man. Look at this. This is serious. You know, the Muslims are stupid and they are dumb. There's an angel, sorry, there's a shaitan. His name Al-Abyad. Let me see if I can get the hadith. Al-Abyad in Arabic mean the white. However, this devil is not white really. So why he's called white? I will explain to you in a second. Hold on. Let me get the hadith as long as we are here. All right. Let us see, where is the white or the genie or the shaitan who is called Mr. White? Anyway, until I find the hadith, this genie is not white. He is a black genie. However, this genie, he was able to change his color so he can come in the image of an angel to deceive the Prophet, peace upon him. Unbelievable. Where is the hadith? I'm just going, I'm trying to find something in English. I have the story in Arabic in front of me, but I'm trying to search in different browser in English, so because I would like you to have the reference. Let us see. Look like it's hard to find in English. Well, if this is the case, then we have no choice but to show it to you in Arabic. Look like it. And you know, actually, as long this guy, what his name, Abdul Nightmare, he like Ibn Kathir. Maybe we better read for him this story from Ibn Kathir. where is yeah, it's I cannot find it. I cannot find it in English. However, the story is in front of me in Arabic, but too bad we cannot find it in English. However, here you see the story. It says that there was a shaitan, and the shaitan is called Mr. Abyad, which means Mr. White. However, this guy, he is a black shaitan, but because he wanted to deceive people, he changed his color when he wanted to meet someone to deceive him. So he changed his color from black to white. So yes, his name is Ash-Shaytan al-Abyad, the Satan the white, but he is black and he is a liar. He changed his color so he can come to the prophets and he can deceive them. And even this shaitan, he come or he made himself in a shape or an image of a white monk. I mean, this story is amazing. Do we have any Muslim here would like to I don't know if any of you can look for the white devil hadith or something. Maybe you can find it in English. Let me know. So the Muslims believe that shaitan always have to be black, and there was in the stories a devil was called the white devil, yet he is not white, he is black. He changed his color by going inside a white monk so he can deceive the prophet. Do we have any Muslim here? Anyone have a question? Who have a question for me? Now we have open time for questions. We answer the Muslims post, so if anyone have a question, please let me know. And if there's any Muslim here would like to call me, please feel free. Islam ka info. This is the shaitan story. Okay, let's see. The white shaitan. All right, let's see. When the son of Adam dies and his soul departs, placed in the grave in the first stage, he slaughter, narrated, honey, etc. Yeah, okay. Let us see where we are. All right, guys, do you see with me here? The two angels who are charged with questioning come to him. This is about the you know, about two angels who come to question. All right. So if we read together, the two angels who are in charge with questioning came to him to ask what he who used to believe in this world, etc. So like this is about the punishment of the grave, etc. But still we want to see the story where it says the story we are looking for. Not yet. Yeah, this is not the story we are looking for. Yeah, this is about the punishment of the grave, my friend. We are talking about a genie. He come to the prophet and he was called Mr. White, or he came to him. He's called the Shaitan al-Abyad, and he was coming inside or a form of a monk or a priest, and he tried to deceive the Prophet. Yeah, the punishment of the grave, simply is a different story. We are not talking about this right now. Do we have any Muslim here? Most of the original Arabs are black. This is absolutely false. The Arab are not black. Zero Arab are black. Zero. You know what zero mean? Zero. Not even a single Arab is black. If you see in some Arabic countries right now a black person, that's because of slavery, and that those are not Arab. The Arab are not African, my friend. Don't fool yourself and don't say stupid things. This is why Muhammad considered it as an insult to be called a black. There's a fatwa that says whoever called the Prophet black, kill him. Whoever says the Prophet is a black, kill him. So where you get this one? That's the Arab. Most of the Arab originally are black. Where you get this from? I mean, sometimes people, they say things far away from logic. The Arab are people located in Asia. So why the people of Asia are black? All right. So yesterday, somebody asked me what his name. Allah the Kuffar. He asked me about the crucifixion. The crucifixion in the Quran. If you remember, the crucifixion mentioned that when the Jews try to kill Jesus, they try to crucify him supposedly, but the Quran did not give details. However, you will notice the Quran speak about the crucifixion as a punishment of Allah. And this is what the question is about. Why the Quran is taking the Roman pagan punishment. This is something created by the Roman. It's an ugly punishment created by the Roman for the sake of torture, not for the sake of really punishment. This is torture. And why Allah, he took it and he put it in chapter 5 verse number 33 as a way of torturing he like. The question is very simple. Muhammad is nothing but a thief. There is no God, his name is Allah. Otherwise, why in the world this God Allah, he come with such a torture way, which is a Roman, very well known that the Roman, they practice it. In the top of a crucifixion, he is exactly practicing what the old savage barbarian people used to do, or even the Roman crucifixion, cutting hands, cutting feet from opposite side. And and even Muhammad, he gagged the eyes of the people who he don't like. So this is not about justice. This is about torture and revenge. So if you have an enemy, you want to torture him like the mafia, he want to kill him at the end. He is going to shoot him dead. He will kill him, no problem. But before he kill him, he want to fulfill his hatred, the hatred of the believers. This is why you see the Quran says وَيَشْفِي صُدُورَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. So the Quran speaking to the Muslims that your chest will be healed from what? From the hate. You have a lot of hate. How we can do it? Torture them. Hold on, let us do it a different way. The Muslim website changed. I'm not sure what made them change the way it is. Yeah, the search engine is not really working good. The Muslims, they have a lot of hatred in their heart, and Allah is going to take this hatred by giving them the right to torture. So a Muslim, he is sick of himself. He is sick. He is full of hatred, and Allah is going to satisfy his needs. So don't worry. I am going to make you happy. How we make you happy? You, when you get those enemies, you don't kill them only, you torture them. You cut their hands, you cut their feet, and you enjoy watching them dying slowly. For this is simply the God of hate and anger and revenge. You see Jesus is asking people to forgive. Like when they asked Jesus how to pray, he said, say like this, our Father art of heaven. And then right away after he says, like, forgive to us the same as we forgive to others. So forgiveness is the condition for a Christian to be forgiven, which is very logical. And by the way, forgiveness, even based on science, is very healthy. There's many people, they die because of their hate. So the more you are living inside, like the hate inside your heart, the more you die fast. You are the one who's suffering more. Actually, your hate is killing you. So Muhammad and his God is a satanic God, so he encouraged hate. This is why you see Muhammad in the Quran, he says in chapter 5 verse 14, we are going to encourage the Christians with hate and enmity, if you remember. This website is very funny. Maybe the search engine is not working because it's new. I don't know. Maybe they have a bug. It's coming wrong each time I try to go to the verse. So ومن الذين قالوا إن نصارى أخذنا ميثاقهم فنسوا حظا مما ذكروا به فأغرينا بينهم العداوة والبغضاء. Chapter 5 verse number 14. So what Allah is saying here, that from those who call themselves Christians, we have a plan for them. What is the plan? I am going to make them hate each other. I'm going to spread hate and enmity, so we string them with enmity and hatred between one to other. Do you see it? That's God. You know, let us say, for the sake of argument, the Christians are deceived. The Christians' religion, the Christianity is false. Whatever, you know, whatever you want to believe. So if somebody is sick, you make him more sick, or you give him recovery, you give him medicine. And the Christians in their faith today, they've been ordered to love each other and to love even their enemies. So why Allah want to string them with enmity and hatred? I mean, this plan will help who exactly? Is that going to satisfy the needs of Muhammad? Yes, for he is the devil. He is of the devil. So I'm going to spread hatred between you and your brother, and you do not need to be a genius to know that the one who spread hatred obviously is satanic. Actually, the Quran itself says in different verse that the one who spread hatred is Shaitan. Which showing how Muhammad is a person who contradicts himself, for he is the devil. Let me show you. And by the way, this plan not only for the Christians, like I always quote the chapter 5 verse number 14, but you can find that the same Muhammad saying in chapter 5 verse number 64, Allah will spread hate and enmity between the Jews too. Alright, you see it? So Allah will spread hatred between the Jews until the judgment day. So chapter 5 verse number 14 and chapter 5 verse number 64, the 5:14 for the Christians, 5:64 for the Jews, but both of them teaching one thing, that Allah will spread hate and enmity. But in chapter 5 verse number 91, the same chapter, imagine, look what Allah says. Look what Allah says. Satan plans to excite enmity and hatred between you. Do you see it? This God, he keeps saying, I'm going to spread hate and enmity, and then he says to us after that, Shaitan is the one who wants to spread hate and enmity. And all of this in chapter 5, 514, 564, 591. Any Muslim have an answer for this? How Allah in the Quran, he says that it is Shaitan who wanted to spread hate and enmity between you, and then in the same Quran, in the same chapter, Allah will spread hate and enmity between the Christians. Any Muslim? Any brave Muslim? Our Skype is open. Any Muslim dare to call me? Chapter 911, 111. All right. What about it? What about it here? You know, simply the Islam is a religion of exchange. It's a business. So Allah in the Quran saying that Allah, he bought from you your life, your soul, by heaven exchange. You know, like you die for me, I will give you heaven in the judgment. They go and kill and die for me. So simply it's a Shaitan or Satan when he buy your spirit, your soul, and you give it to him for exchange of eternity he promised you. As simple as that. You know, actually in this verse the Quranic claim that we've been ordered to do jihad too as a Christians, because if you notice here it says that Allah, he bought it from the believer themselves and their money. Muhammad, he want their money too, for they have the heaven in return. They go and they do and they kill and they will be killed. It was a promise or an order for you in the Quran, for you in the Torah, for you in the Injil. No, the paradise here is not for the Jews, my friend. The paradise here is that, remember, the Muslims believe that the Jews who will go to heaven are those who they are Muslim Jews. But in the same time, it's very stupid, because how you call them Muslims but yet you call them Jews? Why Allah don't call them Muslims? Why he call them Jews? You know what I mean? Do we have any Muslim? Who is a Muslim would like to call me right now? We are live on air and my Skype is open. Who is a Muslim have the courage and the knowledge? Yeah, look like somebody found the Orthodox Christians. He found the statement in English. Is that a website? Do you have a website? Orthodox Christian? Do you have a website for it in English? Okay, hold on. Can you link me the Arabic hadith about Al-Abyad? Yeah, well, there's many stories, but some of them they are coming in the interpretation, and some of them they are just in the Qasas al-Anbiya, which means the stories of the prophets. However, this is one of them. Let me pause this for you. All right, thank you. Do we have any brave Muslim here? It's really shameful that you Muslims have no courage and you have no ability to call us and to show us what is Islam is about. Do you know how many people here are waiting to go to heaven and to get the virgins? All of us, we want the virgins. I cannot wait to get those white virgins, who they are so white to the point we can see their bones. And by the way, those virgins, excuse my language, their vagina will be like fire. When a Muslim man, he put his penis, excuse my language again, in, I'm not going to say more, I better shut up, is going to be burned. I'm serious. Based on the Muslim scholars, the virgins in the heaven, those whore, their vagina is like an oven, like a fire, like woo. So the Muslim, the second he enter upon that vagina, he will be in fire, but supposedly it is a lovely fire. Exactly, it's a barbecue sausages, absolutely. Actually, there's a story of a woman, Muslim woman, she have sex with a genie, and the genie, when he have sex with her, after he finished, she found fire in her bushes. I don't want to speak more because that will go crazy. If there's any Muslim here want to challenge me about this story, I challenge you right now, right here, to say to me this is not true, and I'm willing to make it right now in the screen. Any Abdul? Actually, you will see the details of those stories in my coming book, which is called Islam and Sexuality. A woman, she have sex with a genie, and then when he finished, he left fire in her bushes. You know what bushes I'm talking about, in her beard. I mean, this is logical. Genie is made from fire, and he's having sex with the women, and she have bushes there, and mostly they are dry. So you can imagine what happened. That's very logical. And the funny that those things only happen to Muslims. Actually, once in our chat room, there's a Muslim woman, she came to our chat room and we asked her about this issue. She said that she herself, she experienced sex with the genie. Any Muslim? Any Abdul? I am so bad. Why am so bad? What I did? Yeah, actually, the book Footprints, absolutely. I was asking me, do you know about it? The fact this is true. Guys, have you ever heard of the Bigfoot in America? So why you don't believe in it? I mean, it's you know, my friend, right now search in Google the grave of Prophet Adam. Hold on, let me show you. Just to show you how Muslims are mad. Those people, they are mad. You know what mad mean? Whatever the word mad mean, exactly, they are mad. They are seriously mad. All right. Let us go here and we will search in Google for the grave of Adam. Prophet Adam grave. All right. Why I cannot see it? Ah, I was searching in Arabic. This is why. I will show you. The madness in a second. Guys, look with me. Look with me. Oh Lord. Oh buddy. Let us switch the screen. Alright. This is the grave of Adam. Do you see it? Do you see how big it is? How long it is? Look, 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 look. Man. Look how long the grave of Adam, my friend. I mean, that is astonishing. Why? Because Muhammad, he told them that Adam, he was 60 cubit tall. So they fabricate a grave. I mean, who in the world knows where the grave of Adam is? I mean, this is madness. Do you see how long the grave is? And the grave of Adam, by the way, is located in many places. Like, look like Adam he have a graves everywhere. So why you are asking me about the foot of Adam, my friend? Come on. They have his foot in Mecca. They have his grave in Pakistan. They have his grave in Turkey. They have his grave everywhere. Look, this is different grave. Look at this. This is different grave. Guess this is the grave of who? Who can guess this is the grave of who? Let us see if you can guess. Who can guess? This is the grave of the Prophet Umran. No, not Adam. I wish this is Adam. This is a different guy. This is a Prophet Umran. All of them, they are tall, man. All of them, they are very big. I don't know what happened to us. Okay, Christian, don't worry about it. Do you see what happened, guys? We used to be so tall like that and so skinny. And look at this room. By the way, they make those this is a business. They make those things so they can make money. And look, this is another grave. This is the grave of a prophet Aaron, the brother of Moses. Look how tall he is. Look. This is a prophet Aaron, the brother of Moses. Do you see it? I'm sure you are amazed, aren't you? Look, this is Aaron, the brother of Moses. So Moses was so tall too. So people like 3,000 years ago, they were so tall, and then we started to shrink. Let us see this grave here is a grave of who? This is a different grave. This is a new one. This is what? This is a grave of who? Oh man, this is different. This is the grave of what? I have no idea. They are typing here in like Urdu or something. I don't know what is that. This guy is really tall. This guy is like, it's like a train. You can see the end of the grave. You see it? Now all the women in the room, they will divorce their men because women, they like tall men, as I heard. So now they will start looking at their husband and say like, what the heck? Look what I married. A guy is 6 foot. Look at this. Look at this. That's a real husband. Look at this one. So beautiful. Look at this other grave. This is another one. Do you see it? I mean, this is beyond imagination, man. This is too much. This is too much. I'm sure many of you feel like You feel sorry for yourself, you are not born in that time. Otherwise you can be making a lot of money from basketball. I mean, imagine if I am told like those today, how much money I can make if I am playing in any basketball. I can put the ball there without even moving. My hand will be like, if the guy his height is 60-meter height, I mean his arm alone is like 20-meter. Oh, Muhammad, the grave is there, but it's small, and they cover it by gold. And the funny, the Muslims, they say that it's forbidden for the Muslims to make a mosque in the top of the grave, but they have a big mosque in the top of their prophet the grave. Do we have any Muslim? Any Abdul? Are we out of them? Show you the grave of Muhammad. This is the grave of Muhammad. Let us see. You see it? They cover it by gold, and they put a green carpet in the top of his grave, and they have a golden doors over his grave. You know, no. Muhammad the grave. And this is the foot of Adam. Oh, sorry. This is the footprint of a prophet Muhammad, preserved at the mosque of the prophet Ibrahim in Hebron. Must be true. Must be true. Guys, do you see how the foot of Muhammad looked like? It looked like an alien, man. I mean, this is an ugly foot. What kind of a human being his foot is like that? Are you sure this is a foot of a human being? It looked like a camel. And look what it says here. Do you see what it says down? It says blessed. Have you ever heard of a blessed footprint? I mean, even the footprint is a blessing. Preserved at the mosque. Any Muslim? By the way, at the end of this year, before the new year, I would like to collect your footprint, all of you, so we can put them, like, you know, don't you want to be preserved? I'm going to make a gallery and post in Google the footprint of every one of you, and trust me, you will be famous, like the footprint of a Christian prince. Oh, no, the blessed footprint of a Christian prince, peace upon him. A Christian prince toes footprint. I mean, that's astonishing. Any Abdul? But you know, all those things, by the way, is made for the sake of business, money. If you can, you know, like, convince people that you are, let us say you have fingerprint of someone, he is a holy person, you will make a lot of money, trust me. Because those naive Muslims, they will come from everywhere, they will make donations, a woman she can't be pregnant. She hope if she visit this place. There's a story I read about it, and actually I heard about it too. But the first time I heard about it from the radio of Israel. In the radio of Israel, they publish a news about the holy goat. The holy goat. What is the holy goat? Simply, I think it was in Jordan or in Syria, something like that. There was a male goat who give milk. Give milk. Yeah, give milk. I mean, it happened. So the Muslims believe that this goat obviously is holy. So people, they were coming from everywhere, from Saudi Arabia, from Jordan, even Muslims from Israel, from Pakistan, coming from everywhere, so they can drink some little, like, I mean, the guy who owned the goat, he give you like a little tiny cup of milk. Supposedly this is the male goat milk, and supposedly if you drink it, you will live for a long time. For this is a miracle of Allah. And there's many people, they die, and you know, and I heard the story of a guy who took his mother, she is very old woman, he traveled from far away, he want to bring her to drink from this milk so she can live longer, but she died after she drank it, not because of the milk. I believe the milk is a scam. I mean, the milk is just a milk of normal thing. But there's no way he can give milk for all those thousands of people in front of his house. And at that time, everybody pay like $500, $1,000. Imagine you sell like if you sell 3 cup of milks, little one, tiny. He don't give you a cup like the one like cappuccino, you know, for $1,000. Imagine. So this is a great business. This is why the Muslims, they make those graves and those, like, somebody is a scammer. He's a smart. He built the grave and he say, I found the grave of Adam. Come over and see him. And people, they start coming, and you know, and his family, they will inherit this business. They will own this grave and they will make a lot of money from it. Do we have any Abdul? Who is a Muslim here would like to call us right now, right here? And by the way, those fiction stories, the reason of them is Muhammad. It is Muhammad who said such a thing. Let me show you. Read with me. So if you see Muslims, they are fabricating false graves, claiming that those are the grave of Adam, and etc. I mean, they are just following a scam prophet. So they try to scam each other too. Look at this. Allah the Exalted, the glorious created Adam, okay, in his image. By the way, this is a verse Muhammad is copying from the book of Genesis. Do you remember? Do you remember? This is a verse Muhammad is copying from the book of Genesis. He's a thief. However, the Muslims, they don't accept that he lied. So this first part is true. God created Adam, not Allah. God created Adam in his image, exactly as it is in our Bible. Then Muhammad, he continue, he's adding his own spice now. With his length of 60 cubits. Man, do you see it? If there is a woman right now in the chat, she is 60 cubits tall, I will marry you immediately. Any woman right there right now, she is 60 cubits tall, because I'm looking for a short woman, to be honest with you. Any short woman there, she is 60 cubits only. I'm sick of looking for women who they are taller than me, because simply, I am like 90 cubit. So I want to find a woman. She is not 90, she is 60. So if there is a 60 women a cubit there, so she will marry me. I will marry you immediately. Or what you need to be just 60 cubit short. A man, he is 60 cubit short. His name is Adam. That's explain why they are making those fake graves. The grave of Adam, the grave of even Aaron, Amran. Amran supposedly is the grandfather of Isa. This is why the chapter of Amran is called the chapter of Amran, where the story of Maryam and the story of Isa supposedly. So Amran is 60 cubit too. Adam is 60 cubit. Everybody is 60 cubit except me. I'm 90. So Allah created Adam in his image, and he is 60 cubit. Now when you go to heaven, this is the good news for you, the short ones. I feel sorry for the short ones. Disgusting short people. I feel sorry for you. However, the good news is, when you go to heaven, my friend, Allah will make you 60 cubit again. Look what Muhammad says. So he who would get into paradise would get in the form of Adam, his length being 60 cubit. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. You are going to be back 60 cubit again. All right, all of you, Then the people who followed him continued to diminish in the size up to this day. You see how Muhammad explained? Muhammad explained why today we are short. We continue to diminish. Now, who remember, according to the Quran, how women they have their period? Anyone remember? According to Islam? Who remember? Just to share with you some of the madness of this religion. According to Muhammad, in the beginning of the time, all women, they used to have menstruation once a year. Once a year. Let me see if I can find it in English. Hold on. So what happened, those women who Allah blessed them and he gave them menstruation only once a year, they start wearing short skirt, putting perfume, going to nightclub at that time. And I mean, the short fairs, they have nightclub at that time, disco, you name it. And there was 700 women only who they are not going to nightclubs. Those women, Allah blessed them with the one menstruation a year, and he cursed the rest, and he made them have menstruation or period every month. Then they ask, why then women today, all of them, they are having same menstruation? The wise prophet, he answered, because simply they start marrying their children from each other, and because the one who they are bad, they are more than the good women, so the children of the bad ones, they became the majority, and now all the women became having one menstruation every month. Let me see if I can find the hadith in English. To have let us see. Um, until now, there is no result. Yeah, maybe I will look for it, and maybe tomorrow we can speak about this topic, and we can show you the story with more details. No, no, actually, Muhammad, he is very specific about how we will look like if we are Muslims when we go to heaven. All of us, we will look like Joseph, and all of us, we will be in the age of Jesus, and all of us, we will be in the height of Adam. So the look of Joseph, the age of Jesus, and the height of Adam, and all of us, we will be white. No black people is allowed. This is the KKK heaven. If you are a KKK scumbag, here we go. Allah, he satisfy your desire. Everybody in the heaven of Allah is white. No black is allowed. Do we have any Muslim here? Yeah, because everybody there is white. You know, no black is allowed. I wish I can play for you the video. It's called The Description of Paradise. You can watch it from a Deen show. It's in YouTube. Download it. You will see how he explained to you that in the heaven of Allah, before you enter, Allah will give you a drink. There's two springs of water. One will make you white and tall, will make you 60 cubit tall, will make you so white and so beautiful like Joseph, and the other one will supposedly clean. It will make you have a diarrhea. You will do poo-poo. All the bad things you will do poo-poo in the front of the heaven before you enter. This is the last poo-poo in your life. Any Abdul? Who is a Muslim? He have the courage and the knowledge to call me right now, right here. There's one of you, he posted for me that there's a guy in YouTube, he wanna debate the Christians, and he's from Pakistan. So I went to his YouTube channel and I posted underneath of his name. I said to him, Abdul, hey, listen, as long you are willing to answer the Christians, what about you come and you join us tomorrow, which means today? But nobody. Cowards. So now look like we answer all the questions for today, and maybe we better wait for Abdul to call us. If there is any Abdul, why even Abdul, they are not even in the chat. Do you notice that we have a dry ground? They don't even dare to chat, to say anything, like say hi, say hello. You know, Muslims? Anyone there? What's the problem? If there's really a problem, I'm so disappointed. I turned the news on in the screen so we can see if there is any stabbing happen because of the peaceful Muslims around us in the world. Large fire rips through Dubai sky. Oh boy. Footage shows flames spreading. Alright, Allah will take it down, don't worry. Allah always put the fires down in any Muslim countries. The same as what happened when the Saddam Hussein, he burned all the oil field. Allah, he could not do it, so the Muslims, they asked the American to control the oil and to stop the fire. They look like they have a fire every week. By the way, in Dubai there's no Muslims. Somebody send me like a video. about Dubai, and I was looking, and everybody in Dubai is not from Dubai. You don't see really Arab much, you don't see Muslim much. You see Indian, you see British, you see American, you see from everywhere, but you don't see the Arab. And that is what actually making Dubai better than other Islamic countries. This is the only reason. And yeah, nightclub and dancing and the crazy there. Do we have any Abdul? Who's Abdul wanna debate me and he wanna win and get one of my books for free? Quran and science in depth. I mean, Quran is full of science. This is the book of science. The science is there. Mullah, nobody is speaking to me. Nobody. I'm speaking to myself. Sometimes I speak to Jibreel. Sometimes I speak to myself. Do you remember when Muhammad, he was squeezed by the angel? He came back to his wife, and he was scared, and he was trembling, and he covered himself by the blanket, and then he slept like a camel, and he was snoring. يغط كغطيط البعير. He said to his wife when he woke up, Khadija, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with you? Are you sure? Well, Dubai obviously is a place for every kind of whore to go, because it's an international whore station. So there is Arabian whore, there are Russian whore, there is American whores. And by the way, the whore is not only the one. She sleep with a man to get paid over a one-night stand. There's many whores who marry from Muslim men for the sake of their money. Those are whore too. Have you ever heard of the sister of Michael Jackson? Obviously she is a whore. She married a man for a year, he's a billionaire, for his money, and then she dumped him. They are whore. They sleep with everybody. Or the Princess Diana, they call her princess, I don't know why, for she is a whore. Look like in these days, if you are a whore, you are a princess. This is the truth. Those people, those kind of people, you pay them money, they take off their panty immediately. But you know, the funny is, people, they appreciate the rich, the famous one, even they are whore and pimps, and nobody speak about it. But if a poor woman, she is doing prostitution, everybody will jump on her. You know what I mean? This is what people do. They judge the poor one, and if they see a rich whore, they take a selfie with her. A poor whore, she's bad, she's disgusting, she's a prostitute. But the fact, the poor whore, maybe God knows how she became a whore. You know, there's many of them, they are kidnapped, there is sex trafficking, there's a slavery until now. You don't know what's happening. But a rich whore, and she is a whore, that is a different story. Right? Just give them money, they take off their panty immediately. And by the way, whore is not only a woman, she give her body for sex. A man who pay a whore to sleep with her, he's a whore too. Right? You know, in the other day, I was speaking to a friend and I said, you know what, I love going to Asia, and like there's some countries I would like to go to. He said like what? I said like Thailand. He said to me, but you know, Thailand is fishy. I said everyone goes to a country, he goes for where he belongs. If you are a person who is looking for whore, and you are a whore, you go to the bars. But Thailand is not a place of the bars only. It has the most beautiful places on earth. You know what I mean? Everyone goes where he belongs. The fly go to the garbage, the bees go to the flower. So you decide where you want to be. You will see a perverted minded man. He is 70 years old, yet he is going to all the way to Asia or those poor countries, so there he can pay a little young ones to sleep with him. Now this guy is a criminal, but people, they judge the poor women. They don't judge the scumbag who is flying all the way from his country all the way to different country to do so. You know what I mean? Always the word judge the poor and ignore the criminal. If you are rich, you can do whatever you want, and people, they will welcome you in interview, and you are like every actor you see in TV is a whore, male or a female. But all of you, if you see them in the street, you will shake hands with them. Name for me one actor he did not do naked scene having sex on the front of the camera. Isn't this prostitution? It is. He got paid for this. He is in the front of the camera naked with naked women, acting or not, who care? Like, isn't those who do porn, they are acting too? They are acting too. But people, they judge the porn actor, but they don't judge the other one. But the fact, both of them, they are doing the same. Both of them, they get naked in the front of the camera and get paid for sex. Yes, Muhammad was a Sabian. We spoke about that. There's a video, you can watch it about it. I have a lot of details about Muhammad. Obviously, he was a Sabian. But always, my friend, people, they praise the big whore and they condemn the little one, the poor one. Go right now and see how many people they have pictures of famous actors in their rooms. But all of those actors, they are filthy. All of them, they say the F word to Jesus each time they make a movie. All of them, they have sex in the front of the camera. All of them, they have no shame to go naked in front of millions of people, and yet the world praise them and appreciate them. I don't know what happened in Indonesia, but you know, there's a crazy stuff in there. Those countries goes always. Do we have any Muslim wanna call us? Do we have any Muslim wanna call us? Any brave one? What about a coward one? No, nothing wrong with owning a TV. I have a TV. Actually, most of the time, if I want to watch for entertainment, I watch YouTube. Like I watch how to do it yourself, how to fix this, how to build this. You know, there's many things can be useful. But most of what people they appreciate these days is fake and is a lie, and people are not honest. They appreciate the bad ones, and they condemn people. They are less bad than those bad. They condemn the ones who do prostitution, but at the end of them, they are doing the same. And Abdul, yeah, you know, the problem is not a TV. TV can be for good programs, can be for science, can be for education, can be. TV is not a problem. The same as a knife. Knife is useful, but you can kill with it. Even sex itself. Who said that sex is ugly or bad? God, He gave us sex as a gift. He knew that a human being, he will not have sex and produce babies unless he make a pleasure for him. He knew our nature. We are lazy. Imagine if there's no pleasure of sex, nobody will have sex. So sex was made with pleasure for a purpose of having a family, of having a children's, and enjoying life. Why not? But sex, because of the man, became evil and ugly, about use and abuse, kidnapping women, raping children, molesting kids, boys, etc. So it is not sex which is bad, it's how people do it, what people use of it. Yeah, you remind me of Discovery Channel. Once I was in the Philippines, and there was a bunch of kids sitting in the table. They are not kids, they are like young. Anyway, so they were arguing with the Christian. There's one Christian between them, and all of them they all look like they are an atheist. So they told him, man, come on, you believe in the Bible, you believe in Christianity. We advise you to work to watch which one in the Discovery Channel? I forgot which one. National Geographic, something. Anyway, so I was next to them, and I could not resist the temptation of getting involved in the conversation. So I said, "Can I say something?" I'm just next to them. You can hear everything, and I'm just next to them. Can I say something? They said, "Sure." I said, there is a program in National Geographic. It's called, I'm not sure if the TV National Geographic or Discovery Channel, it's one of them, because this is a story, like it's an old story, almost maybe more than 2 years. So I said, in their TV they have a program. It's called Haunted Houses. Anyone saw this program, guys? Haunted Houses. Haunted Houses. So I said, in that TV they have a haunted houses. Do you believe in spirit? They said, what? I said, as long you are telling him to watch TV, from that TV to learn about science, how that TV have a program about haunted houses? Because haunted houses mean there is spirit. How a scientific program brings science and bring X-ray cameras, and they are hunting evil spirit, but yet you are just telling him to go and learn about science from that TV? All of them, they went silence. So people, they have a very weird logic. So anyway, TV is not a problem, and everything in life, it can be useful, can be good, or it can be used in the wrong way. You see, everybody have a car, and the car is very useful, except a Muslim. If he is a believer in Allah, he will hit you with his car. So is the problem is the car? No, the problem is the Muslims and Islam. As simple as that. Having a gun is not a problem. The problem, what do you do with it? You can use it to defend yourself against criminals, or you can be the criminal. Any Muslim here would like to call us right now? No, actually Islam is very useful for the rich one, and I will tell you how. You see, in the Middle East, if you are smart and you are rich, you can use religion to be a king, to live a life nobody can even imagine. Religion is a powerful tool and you can use, or even you can say towel, no problem. You can wipe everything with it. You grow a beard, you spread money, you buy people around you, they will worship you and they will make you God. And look, as an example, the family of Al Saud in Saudi Arabia. They use Islam as religion to control everybody. Anyone who try to take over their country or to change them out of the ruling system, right away they accuse him to be an apostate. Right away they accuse him to be Shia. Right away they say, oh, he is trying to spread Christianity, even though he's a Muslim. So Islam is a very powerful tool to control. This is my idea. A country like Israel don't want Muslims to leave Islam. You might hard to believe that, right? But this is the truth. Because I believe that Israeli, they are convinced that as long those Arab are Muslims, they will stay stupid for the rest of their life. And they will never be able to overcome Israel. The only reasons for the Arab to be stupid is Islam. The only reason for them to be lazy is Islam. As an example, just to show you how religion can change your nature and your prediction. When the month of Ramadan comes, what Muslims do? Anyone knows? When the month of Ramadan, what Muslims do? They sleep. 1.4 billion Muslims, they are asleep. There's no job. There's nothing. Even government is broken. Government is closed. They go to work. If they go to work to drink tea and they come back after 2 hours and they are tired. And then they have the Hajj, and they have all those occasions. All of them, they make you go backward. Do you know how much Muslim they spend to do Hajj every year? Billions. This money can build manufacturers, can make airplanes, can make them go to the moon, but they spend their money in stupidity. This is why a country like Israel is happy to see all the neighbors to be Muslims. Look around you. I mean, if we go right now, as an example, if we go to Lebanon, you go to the Christian area and then you go to the Muslim area, and you will find that the Christian area is like you are living in Paris. Actually, sorry, I should not say Paris, because Paris now it became a trash. I should say like Paris 50 years ago. You just across the street and you go to the Islamic area, and then you will find yourself in a place look like a disaster. What happened? It's the same land, the same country, the same language, but the people in this street, they have different religion from the people of this street. Why the Israeli, who they are new as a state, you know, Israel demolished, destroyed many times, and we know what happened to the Jews, scattered everywhere, destroyed. How the Jews, who they have a country less than 60-70 years, today they are selling weapon to China? Imagine. USA is buying weapon from Israel. You believe it? Israel is a superpower. What the difference between the people of Gaza and the people of Israel? Explain to me. You know what I mean? The Arab, they have a lot of money. The Saudi, they have a lot of money. Until now in Saudi Arabia, 70, 80, maybe 85, 90%, nobody knows exact number of people, they are illiterate. No, I'm not using Paltalk, my friend. I'm using just YouTube. We will use YouTube unless we have a debate set up with somebody. Every day at 4:30 p.m. we are here. Everybody is welcome. If you have a questions, feel free. If you want to call me in Skype, you can call me if you have a question. Feel free, any of you. You can call me right now in Skype. My name there is Debate TV. Anyone want to call? It's for free. The difference is not weapon, is not power, my friend. The difference is the brain and the mentality and the intelligence. When you are occupied in your head with a religion, keep you busy speaking about how to wash your ass and how to clean your ass with 3 rocks and how to shake your private part 3 times. And if you enter the bathroom, you have to say a certain prayer, otherwise Shaitan and his wife, they are going to play in your anus. How you are going to be something in the future. Those Muslims, they are busy with all the stupid things in the world. Nobody think like them. They are busy until now to get an answer if eating ice cream is halal or haram. People, they are thinking about how we can arrive to Mars, and Muslims, they are thinking about ice cream. Is it haram or it's halal? A Muslim, he called the TV station, he's so worried. He said, me and my fiancé or my wife, we ate ice cream together. Is it true that she became unlawful for me? I mean, look what they are worried about. A woman, she called the TV station. She said, I became over 30. I'm afraid nobody will marry me after this age. The scholar, he says, my daughter, don't worry. The Prophet said, the names of the one who will F you is written over your vagina. This is what they are busy about. The whole world is busy in something, and Muslims are in different galaxy. They are focusing in the vagina, in the penis, in shaving the private part. How many days I have to, you know, is it lawful for me if my husband sleep from behind and he did it from behind? And the scholars, he says, sure, sister, as long he didn't do it in the, you know, I mean, like, this is TV. If you listen to their programs, you will see how most stupid, silly programs, and they are so proud. Nobody is as proud as the Muslims. Nobody. There's a guy, his name is Dawah Man. He made a video about what is the use of the Christians and the Zeus and the infidels, brothers and sisters. And he have a bunch of cows next to him. He says, those cows are better than them. The fact's the opposite. What is the benefit and the use of a Muslim who live in England? Who is the one who made the computer? The phone he is using to make this broadcast is made by who? The internet, the computers, the electricity, the cars, the airplanes, the gas line, the pipeline, the fan, the table, I mean, name it. All of it is made by non-Muslims, and yet the Muslims, they think that they are the best, and everyone else is a stupid, useless, is an animal. Why? Because his racist book in the Quran says that those who they are not believers, they are equal to animals and less. Kal an'am. However, there is some honest Muslims in the Middle East. You can see their videos on YouTube. You can find them in Memory TV. They are saying the truth. I mean, they say, like, I saw many of those videos. They say to them, the Muslims, I mean, we as Muslims, we are so proud about what I have no idea. A woman alone in the street cannot walk alone. If she walk alone, we kidnap her. She need to have a guardian. Huh? If a woman, she wear any kind of clothes, we call her names. We call her a whore. But yet all of us, we like to be with her. This is the truth. You know, a Muslim man, if he see a woman, she is wearing short skirt, he will make 1,000 story about her, but he wished to be with her immediately. Every month, in the month of Ramadan, every year, the Muslims, they have immigration. You know what immigration? Immigration. Hundreds of thousands, they fly all the way to Asia. This is why in the month of Ramadan the tickets is so expensive. It doesn't matter what month it is. Why? Because those Muslims, they run away from their countries so they can practice all the sexual desire they are looking for in the month of Ramadan. The month of Ramadan, there's no business, everything is shut down. So people, they close their businesses, and what they do? They fly. Go to Cambodia, go to Philippines, go to prostitute from here, Bosnia, etc. You know, and when Ramadan is over, we come back. But all of them, they are holy men, and all of them, they grow beard. I remember once I was in the Philippines. There was a 3 or 4 guys, Saudi, and they have a black label whiskey in the front of them, and they are smoking a cigarette, and they have 2 hookers with them. And then when the waitress, she came, you know, she brought the menu for the food. First they want a drink. She brought the menu for the food. They asked her, do you have halal food? Like, what the heck? They have whiskey, they are smoking, they have hookers in the table, but yet they want to eat halal food. I mean, come on, they are decent. And nobody is proud about Muslim women as Muslims. But go and see what happened to Muslim women when they walk in the street. Go and see what is #1 business in Morocco. Anyone knows what is #1 business in Morocco? What is the most popular business in Morocco? Prostitution. According to some studies, 30% of women in Morocco, they do prostitution. I mean, that's crazy. 30%? Go to Egypt. Bars in every corner. But when they speak about the West. Like there is a Muslim, I saw a video. The president of Syria, he forbid a Muslim sheikh from teaching in the mosque no more. Why? The Christian, they complain. The Christian in Syria, they complain. This guy, he was teaching in the mosque, and he have them recorded. This is why he got busted. So he was saying, I have my nephew, he is a refugee. He's a refugee in Germany. And he told me just last week, he was walking in the street and he saw a couple of people, they are walking naked, totally naked, and nobody complained. This is in Germany, guys. In Germany, people walk naked. Obviously, this is a false story, right? You cannot do that. But the Muslims, they believe in those stories. And his nephew, he is a refugee. Look at the scumbag. He went to the naked land. They are bad, they are disgusting. They are talking about him how bad they are, but yet they want to go to their land and eat their bread for free. You go as a refugee, they give you a free house, free electricity, free house in free school. Everything is free. And then we speak and we make lies about those people who helped us. So we tell my uncle in Syria that I was walking in the street and I saw people, they are totally naked, man, and nobody even looking. And then 2 minutes after, I saw a girl and a guy, they are sitting in the top of each other in the bus station. Like, what? In the bus station? I don't know, he said bus station, or like in public place, you know. I mean, who in the world will believe this? But they lie. They are so proud about themselves, and they try to put everyone else down. Everyone else is disgusting, and they fabricate lies about them. But the fact, all those stories happen in the Middle East, but undercover. Actually, if you want, you can right now copy my word. I'm going to post word in Arabic. You can copy this word and paste in Google Translate in YouTube. Let me do it. Copy that word and paste in YouTube. You will not believe what you will see. Muslim women shaking their ass, crazy, dancing, showing their body, naked, having sex in the front of the camera. Unbelievable. Sexual dance. Muslims always they enjoy hypocrisy, and the funny they call us hypocrite. The Quran, if you remember, if you go to chapter 3 verse number 23, the Quran call us hypocrite. Hey Roger, how are you? But in the same chapter the Quran teach the Muslims to lie, but yet we are the hypocrites. Do we have any Abdul? Do we have any Abdul here? Chapter 98 is hilarious. What do you mean by chapter? You mean the Quran? All the Quran is hilarious. Are you kidding me? All of it. Yeah, they will not believe in you unless you give them the proof. Any Muslim? Who is a Muslim have the courage to call me immediately? Anyone? Not even one single brave Muslim? Well, chapter 98 verse number 1 is simply saying that they will not believe in you, those kuffar, from those people and the people of the book and the mushrikeen, until you give them a proof. But people, okay, people they are asking for a proof, but you have no proof. And yet the Muslim they say to us that the Quran is a miracle. Look, the Quran, what a miracle, man. Abdul, listen, those people they are saying to him, give us a proof that you are a prophet. And Muhammad have no proof. What is the proof that Muhammad is a prophet? Any Muslim here? You know, there is a Muslim leader, terrorist. He was saying to Putin, I swear by Allah, Putin, I swear by Allah, I'm going to go, and I am like he making a threat to Putin, all right, and I will come to you in Rome. But Putin is not in Rome. This is showing you that those people are really stupid and they are so dumb. He think that Putin is the Pope. He's talking about, are you talking about the Pope or you are talking about Putin? So he is angry from Putin, all right, and he want to kill Putin. So he's making a threat. I swear by Allah, we will find you. And in less than a week, this guy, he was barbecued by the Russian, you know, airplanes. They made him barbecue, him and his group. But this is always showing you how those Muslims are disconnected. There's a story of a Saudi man. He was watching TV and he saw those Muslim Hamas throwing rocks at the Israeli, etc. So he said, what is that? They told him this is in Palestine. You know, they didn't call it Israel, they call it Palestine. So he said, and who is why they are doing that? Why they are throwing rocks at each other? He said, those are the Jews. He said, what? There's Jews in Palestine? Still? He don't know that. He don't know that Israelis exist. They have no idea. You know, they have their own world and their own fantasy. And Abdul, who have a question for us? I was hoping today I'm going to get some Abduls from Facebook, but look like it's not working. The Abdul, they have a lot of hesitation. I want to show you just an example of the stupidity of Muslims. Let me switch to Facebook. Look at this. This Abdul is asking question. Is what? He's asking a question. Jesus, the one you people call God, then what's his real name? Oh, that's a good one. Do you see the intelligence, guys? I mean, who can be smarter than a Muslim? Be honest with me. You cannot be smarter than a Muslim. Nobody can beat them in that. Jesus, the one you people call God, then what's his real name? I mean, that's too much. That's too much. And you are telling me why the Israeli, they are having satellites and they are going to go to the moon and they are super powerful, and why the Muslims are so dumb, stupid? Any Muslim will explain to me this question? Let us see another question. Where in the Bible does it tells Christians to celebrate Christmas and Easter? Where in the Quran it does tell the Muslim to celebrate all the celebration they have? Where it does says that to you? Yes, it does says that for us. You know, when Muslims they come with the questions, you ask yourself sometimes, all those questions are asked to learn or just to be stupid, to be dumb? The fact you Muslims, you celebrate the Easter copying us. What is the purpose of your Adha? Adha, what Adha mean? Anyone knows what Adha mean? Anyone knows what Adha mean? What Adha mean? Who knows? Adha is sacrifice. The word Adha is a word means sacrifice in Arabic. So the Muslims are sacrificing what? And for what? And why? You know what I mean? Why you Muslims need to sacrifice? They say to you, because Abraham, he been asked to sacrifice. Okay, why Abraham been asked to sacrifice? What was the problem? Actually, in the Quran confirm that not only human beings sacrifice, even Allah himself he sacrifice. Even Allah himself he sacrifice. Let's see. Chapter 37 verse 107, Yusuf Ali translation. And we ransomed him with momentous sacrifice. Who is the one who ransomed him? Allah. You know, the Muslim, they say to you that, are you saying that God he sent his son So he sacrificed his son to ransom you from him. Hold on. Muslims, Allah, he ransom who from who? This is your Quran. Any Muslim can explain to us? Allah gives sacrifice to who? Abraham was asked to give sacrifice. Okay, we understand. Allah, he gave sacrifice to who? Any Muslim? Momentous, the mean, I think that in the English meaning, in Arabic it says فَدَيْنَاهُ بِذَبْحٍ عَظِيمٍ, which mean a great, tremendous, like a huge sacrifice. So the sacrifice which Allah he gave, he did not give a normal sacrifice. It was a huge, tremendous, amazing sacrifice. And what was the sacrifice? Allah he sent a lamb. So why the Muslims, they make fun of the Christians when the Christians say that our Father, he sent the Messiah to save us and he sacrificed himself for us? Your Allah himself, he was sacrificing himself to save Abraham's son, and the proof in front of your eyes. Do we have any Muslim? Any Muslim want to explain? Because remember here, guys, you know, if the Muslims don't accept that God, he sent the Messiah, and the Messiah, he sacrificed himself to us, and there's no need for this anyway, and they make fun of it. Okay, let us go with by the logic of the Muslims. Allah sending a ransom to who? And who is the one who will accept the sacrifice? Any Muslim want to answer? Anyone? And the same story of sacrifice appear in the Quran again, when the Quran speak about the sacrifice of the sons of Adam, but the story there is kind of funny. Anyone remember the story of the sacrifice of Adam sons? The Quran speak about the sacrifice of the sons of Adam, and again you will see that the Quran is using a word which proven the Quran to be a theft, and the word is Qurban. What Qurban mean? Qurban as a word is used in many languages, and you will see this word appear in the Quran in many places. As an example, the verse in front of us. Those who said that Allah, he promised us, he make a covenant to us that we should not believe in any prophet unless he provide Qurban, which is not an Arabic word, it's an Aramaic word, and it's even used in the Urdu language and used in many languages. Unless he give us a sacrifice, and this sacrifice the fire will eat it. So this is a promise from Allah not to accept any prophet unless he do that. And this is in chapter 3 verse 183. So why Muhammad did not give the sacrifice and Allah he sent the fire to eat it? Because before we will see that the same story appear in different places where Allah he ordered Adam that his sons they should give sacrifice, and Allah will send a fire to take the sacrifice which he accept. And this is in chapter 5 verse number 27. If we go in the interpretation for 5:27, we will find the following. simply the story that the two sons of Adam, they are fighting over their sister. One of them, she have a cross eyes, and the other one, she is supposed to be beautiful. With my respect to those who have a cross eyes, I'm not making fun of anyone, all right? I'm just telling the story. That's how the Muslims believe in it. So the two sons of Abraham, they are having a fight over their sister. We can change the interpretation in case you prefer something else, you know. So and Adam do not know what to do. I mean, those two sons, they want to have sex with one sister. There is two sisters according to Muslims, Adam and Eve. Each time Adam he have sex with Eve, she gave birth to a twin. This is what they believe. What I can say. I mean, this is Islam. Welcome to Islam. So each time Adam and Eve they have sex, Adam she give a twin, and the twin is a girl and a boy. Every twin is a girl and a boy, which mean a wife and husband. So here the story is, and recite, O Muhammad, to them, to your people, the story, the tale of the two sons of Adam. Okay, what is the story of the two sons of Adam? Let us see. Abel and Cain, truthfully, by the truth, etc., contacted, etc., etc., recite of, okay, offer the sacrifice to God, which in Abel's case was a ram. In Cain's case, it was some green crops, and it was accepted from one of them, namely Abel, when the fire came down from heaven and consumed his offering. So the Jews, when they said to Muhammad in the previous verse, well, how come, not the Jews actually, I mean the people, they said to him, how come in the previous stories we've been informed that if a prophet of God, he claimed to be one, he gives sacrifice, and if God he sent fire to accept his sacrifice, that will prove that he's a prophet. How come you cannot do that? Muhammad, he have no answer. And that's exactly what we saw in that verse in the Quran, which we showed you in the screen, which is where is the Quran? Here. If you go in this verse, chapter 3, verse number 183. So what they said to him? Then said, Allah took our promise not to believe in any messenger unless he showed us a sacrifice consumed by fire from heaven. Say, there come to you messengers before me with the clear signs and even with what you ask for. Why then you did slay them? What? Who is the messengers those people did slay? Any Muslim can tell us? And give them the sacrifice they are asking for. Isn't it your God? Allah is the one who created this rule, as we saw in this chapter. It is Allah who created this, that if I approve somebody, let him give sacrifice. If I accept his sacrifice, it means he's approved by me. But because he's a false prophet, he could not do it. As simple as that. Anyone knows Muslim site? Yeah, I'm using this one actually. Here we go. Let me give you this one. This one have tafsir and have translation, have many tafsir. But remember, all the translation there I don't accept. But I use it because their text is big, so it's good for my screen. Will make the text clear. Do we have any Abdul? Who is a brave Muslim? He would like to come to the mic. Would like to call me right now? Anyone? Which verse? This is chapter 3 verse 183. Chapter 3 verse 183. Any Muslim? Not even one have the courage? Yeah, we have 92, almost 100 people listening live, and not even one of them is Abdul. I don't believe that. It's hard to believe, right? There's no way. Do you see in the news there? Afghan mosque attack. How many people they get killed in the mosque in Afghanistan? 30, 40 people. Why? Because they are Muslim Shia. I mean, do you see how beautiful Islam is? Islam is peace, by the way, to the point a group of people, they are Muslims, who they are Shia, not from my sect. So what we do, we go and we attack their mosque and we kill them all. And always the Muslim, they will quote for you a verse from the Quran saying that the Quran says if somebody kill a person without a crime, as if he killed all mankind. The fact this verse is not talking about killing a person, innocent person. If it's talking about an innocent person who is a Muslim, anyone is not an innocent, is not a not a Muslim, he's not an innocent. There's an interview you can go and watch made by the BBC with the Anjem Shawadri, the scumbag Anjem Shawadri, and they ask him why you don't condemn the killing of innocent people. He said, when we speak about innocent, we mean Muslims. And this is the truth. In Islam, Muslim, when they say innocent, they mean specifically Muslims. Anyone is not a Muslim, and this I can quote for you exactly what he said. Anyone he is not accepting Islam, he is guilty. And that was in public TV, and this is the truth. Do we have any Abdul? I saw a post in the internet. A Muslim man, he is asking the king of Saudi Arabia to forbid airplanes from flying in the top of Mecca. Why? Because simply there is an X-ray coming from the Kaaba going all the way to the seventh heaven. And what if the airplane who is flying there cut the X-ray? I mean, imagine this is happening. What if the wings of the airplane cut the X-ray which is coming from the bottom of Allah? The Muslims are busy trying to find a solution now. Any Abdul? Actually, yeah, there's a video on YouTube, you will see it. A Muslim, supposedly he's a scholar, he's a scientist, not a scholar, he have a PhD. He was lying to the Muslims. Imagine, those Muslims, they accept any lie you say. So he was saying that the American, always the American, they are the one who find anything. The American, when they went to the moon, they found an X-ray coming from the Kaaba all the way straight in the space. and they publish that in the internet for 21 days. And then when they notice that this is very dangerous, a lot of people will convert to Islam, they will take it, they take it off from the internet. But Abdul, hold on. When the American they went to the moon, there was no public internet, my friend. There was no internet. So what do you mean when they went to the space, they published in the internet that they found an X-ray coming from the Kaaba? And none of the Muslims, like who dare to question, man? I mean, just say any lie, praising Islam, praising Allah, praising Muhammad. Your lies is more than welcome. Just lie, it doesn't matter. Armstrong, when he went to the moon, the first thing he heard in the moon, yeah, what he heard Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Hold on. In the moon, my friend, in the space, you can hear nothing. It doesn't matter how you scream, it's a vacuum, it's an empty space. Sound does not go through. I mean, who is the dump here? Who is the stupid here? It's a vacuum. If we take the air, if you live in a room now, in a space, and we take you out of this, you know, like the same as, we make it the same as the moon, it doesn't matter how loud you speak, nobody will hear you. This is why you see that those who they are living in the, like, don't look at the movies, they show you two guys speaking inside the spaceship, and this is a movie, but in reality they have to use microphones, you know, inside their helmet, so they can speak and they can talk to each other. And inside the spaceship, I mean, always they provide with oxygen and they provide with air and etc. But in the space is totally empty. There's nothing. It's a vacuum. It doesn't matter how much you scream. Even if you put the most powerful speakers there, the voice will not transform. But who is going to question a lie about the Prophet, the amazing Prophet? Yeah, every day we have our podcast at 4:30, and that will go for the whole week, unless I have a seminar somewhere, or I am going to do. If I am going to do muta, I'm not going to open the chat room. To be honest with you, what if a Muslim woman, she offer herself to do muta? Halal. I mean halal. We Muslims, women are very conservative, but yet their prophet, he Allah. By the way, muta, the Muslim Sunni, they say to you, muta is forbidden. The prophet, he forbid the muta. Show me where it says it's forbidden. The Quran, it says it clearly, you do muta. How the Quran says you do muta, and then you Muslim, you says later Muhammad, he forbid the muta. The fact, not only Muhammad did muta, even in the time of Uthman, the time of Abu Bakr, the time of Umar, all the way to the time of Muawiyah, people, they were doing muta. This is the Sunni, and the Shia still doing it until now. However, the Sunni, they still doing muta, but they changed the name. And instead of using the word muta, which means sexual pleasure, they change it to different names. As an example, Zawaj al-Misyar or Zawaj friend. What Zawaj means? Zawaj means marriage. What is Zawaj friend? You have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, but you want to have sex with her, halal, but she's your girlfriend. She's not really, you know. So what do? You go and you make a marriage, but you don't live together because the purpose is sex. So she is your girlfriend wife, lawfully and legally. So they call it Zawaj friend. You can go and search it right now. I'm not joking with you. You can go right now to Google and search for Zawaj friend. And they have tons of other like it. They have a tourist marriage. What tourist marriage? A person, he is going as a tourist from a country to a country, and he don't want to stay alone without a wife. So what he do? He hire a woman for a sex contract for a few months, depending how long he will stay. A month, a week, 2 weeks, doesn't matter. And that is called tourist marriage. No, hold on, let me show it to you. I will show it to you in the screen, so you know what I'm talking about. Do you see it? Zawaj friend. Guys, is it clear? Zawaj friend. Just good. Zawaj friend. Sunni version of muta. Sunni version of muta. This is the truth. They don't do muta, they change the name. They do muta but different name. Click. The Sunni version of muta. A misyar is a marriage in a unique Sunni invention. Misyar is different from Zawaj friend. It's different. Like, you know, there's many of them, but they have different names. Actually, in my coming book, you will see I have a list of those marriages. My book, which is called Islam and Sexuality. All right. Temporary marriage is haram. You know, the funny, temporary marriage is haram. So why the Quran allowed the haram? And the Zawaj friend is a Sunni, not Shia. The Shia, they do not need it. The Shia, they have the muta. So what the Muslim Sunni, what they do, they just change the name because the muta is forbidden, but still they like to do muta. So what they do, they just change the name, as we said. They have Zawaj al-Misyar, Zawaj al-Muta, Zawaj there's many of them. Tourist marriage, student marriage, sick marriage. Like as an example, you are a person who is going to for medical reason to different country, and you will stay there to do for some time for medical reason, whatever the reason is. But you need a woman. So what do? Legally, there's a marriage. It's called medical marriage. You ask a woman, Muslim women, under the law of Allah, to marry you as long you are sitting in that city a month, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a year. Doesn't matter. She marry you, she sleep with you, and she got paid. That is the truth. Here they will see, like here, this is a video about the kind of marriage, but I can't play the video because you see that we don't want to use somebody else's video. But this is a very, you know, popular practice the Muslims Sunni they do. They hire a woman for sex, they sleep with her for a certain time, and they pay her money for that sexual entertainment. Yeah, and like it's depend in the country. Like in the they do the same as Bacha Badzi, whatever they call it, in Pakistan, Afghanistan. But in countries like Yemen, they have different way to do those things. Every country have different way. Those Muslims, you know, there's a sexual epidemic in Islamic countries. There's madness, but yet nobody speak about dignity as much as the Muslims. When you speak to a Muslim about the Western women, they call them names. They are whore. They sleep with everybody. But the fact it is the opposite. Yes, in the West there is some women they are really whore. This is true. But in the Middle East, it's so crazy. Everybody there is busy with sex. You see, if a Muslim invite a girl in the Middle East outside, he's not inviting her to be with her for some time to have fun. He is inviting her just to get into her panty. That's it. His brain only focusing in the sex part. A man in the West, he might like a woman, he might sleep with the woman, she might sleep with him, etc. But it is not just about sex. And for sure, for us as a Christians, we are not supporting any kind of freedom of sexuality in the way people they do it. However, we believe people are free. You want to have sex, go and have sex. But if you are really a true Christian, you will not do such a thing. Go and get married, and then have sex with your wife as much as you want, which we call it love, not sex. And people should not marry for the sake of sex anyway. Marriage was not for sex. This is not the purpose. Marriage is about having a family. But Islam, all of it is about sex. This is why I decided to make a book about the sexuality in Islam, because the major impact of Islam is sex. Everything in this religion is involved with sex. No, they have even prostitution. Who said that? Who said that prostitution is haram in Islam? Who told you that? The Quran says clearly that the prostitution is halal. Let me show you, my friend. If we go to the Quran, we will see the Quran speak clearly about prostitution, and it is absolutely lawful. That's why in the time of the Caliph, number one business, actually in the time of Muhammad, sorry, not in the time of the Caliph, number one business became prostitution, because the Muslims, they attacked their neighbors and they got a lot of women. And now they have, in the beginning they were so happy and so it's excited, they got the women, they sleep with them, but now they need to spend money on them because they need to feed them, they need housing for them. So what they do, so they start forcing them into prostitution. If you go to chapter 24 verse number 33, it says the following. Read with me. But force not your maids, what maids? They are the sex slaves, to prostitution when they desire chastity, in order you may gain some goods, which mean money. But if any of you compels with them, after such compulsion, is Allah of forgiving and merciful. So even if you force them, Allah is forgiving and merciful. There's no problem. Or what the verse saying here, don't force them for prostitution if they chose chastity, which means if they chose not chastity, it's okay for you to do prostitution business. But this is only allowed if you have slaves. So prostitution in Islam is absolutely lawful, but that can done if you have sex slaves, not a free woman, not a white free woman. She have to be a slave, even if she is white or African or etc. She is a slave which you own. Do you see it? So prostitution in Islam is absolutely lawful and there's no problem with it. And you can read the interpretation for those verses. And there's tons of Muslim books explaining about how you can exchange your slaves for sex, or you can the benefit of making money from them. Do we have any Muslim? At least someone don't agree? Yeah, well, today we are finished for today. We are already almost for like 3 hours, more than 3 hours. I think this is enough for today. Tomorrow we will be together again at 4:30 p.m. So if you guys have a questions, please be with us. And if you have a Muslim here have the courage to debate me, please invite him and tell him to be a man, to be brave enough, and for sure Allah will support him. I don't understand why Muslims are really hesitated to call us and to debate us and to prove us wrong. Because if Allah with you, my friend, you will win. It doesn't matter who is the one asking the questions. And if you are sure that Allah exists, then you should be sure that you will win. And by the way, if a Muslim listening to me, if you like to welcome me in any Islamic radio station or Islamic TV station to call and to be in the program, I will be happy to do so. Any Muslim would like to invite me to Muslim TV, as an example, you have a TV, it's called the Deen Show. Do you think they will accept and they have the courage to invite me to speak in their show and to challenge them there? So if you are a Muslim, have a TV station like Shabir Ali, the coward, or a radio station, I am very happy to accept to call you on your TV or in your radio, and let us see if you Muslims can make it. Until we see you tomorrow, guys, I say may the Lord bless you all. Christ is Lord, Islam is false. Amen to that. And see you soon again. Bye-bye.